Hello everybody and welcome back. The Year 10 Season 1.4.12 patch notes are here, bringing us a bunch of operator changes. So I'm not going to waste any of your time, we're going to jump straight into these patch notes. So this first one is for Doc, and he is losing the magnified scope, which we call the Acog, on the MP5 as well as the P90. This means that he'll have no Acog at all on any weapon. So let's see what this has to say. We always want to ensure that operators are being picked for their correct roles. Currently, that is not the case with Doc. He's being used as a fragger, with the healing being used to accommodate that aggressive playstyle. This is why we will be removing his magnified scopes. Then, as you can see, the MP5 and P90 do have the magnified scope removed. Now, I heard rumors that this is because he's French, but I think it's just because of the reason they gave about the whole aggressive playstyle thing, because I completely agree with this. I think Doc is in the completely wrong role. So yeah, this one isn't surprising. Right, this one is really surprising. Blackbeard has been buffed, and they're now allowing his shield to bash through reinforced walls, and I'm deadly serious here. They've not went into much detail. I don't know if this means that like you have to bash the wall a few times and then you'll get through, or maybe you can like destroy the remnants of a reinforced wall. Like if Maverick makes, 75% of the way done and the reinforcements start hanging on there, then Blackbeard can destroy the rest of it. I think that makes a lot of sense, but I don't know if he can just go through a normal reinforced wall, because that just makes him a hard breacher, and that wouldn't make a lot of sense in my opinion. Next up, we have Nook, and she actually has her silent step back, which so many of us have been asking for, so let's see what they have to say here. So it says, silent step has always been a big talking point when it comes to Nook. We hear you. Silent Step will be returning to Nook, but at a compromise. With the new sound engine in Siege X, we need to remove Nook's shoes and socks to allow her to better interact with the floor around her. This will grant a new form of Silent Step, whilst also allowing us to see the Queen's nuggets. So yeah, after years of asking for its return, it does seem like we are finally getting Silent Step back, but in a weird way, because the whole new thing with the sound, I guess, in Siege X, and I remember in like the sound trailer, it showed like, oh, if you walk on a carpet compared to a hard floor, you will emit less sound, for example. So they're really making like the stuff you walk on, you have that effect on your footsteps. So it does seem with that new sound system for Nook, they're gonna have to take her shoes off. So I need to ask you all a question. If you do see Nook with her shoes off in any game, make sure you zoom in really close, take a photo for me, and send it over so I can use it in a video. And don't worry if you've already taken one, you can take multiple, you can take as many as you like, I'll happily take them. But yeah, we're getting Silent Step back, that's really sick. Next up, Kaid has fucking died, and they have added a robot Kaid to replace him. So a lot of this is starting to make sense. This seems to be the reason why they added Scopos with the shells, with the robots, as these were going to be the next evolution for our operators. Now that Kaid has fucking died, we can now use one of the shells, which is seemingly going to be replacing him, and I imagine the shell is going to be dressed like Kaid and maybe even have a beard and stuff like that, so you can still play the Electric Claw in gameplay, and we can still play Kaid as we currently would with the same weapons, but instead of it actually being Kaid, since he's fucking dead, we can now play as a shell, and I think it's different from Scopos' Talos on Colossus. It'll be a brand new one. So yeah, I wonder if we'll see Kaid's death in one of the animations, because I'm kind of surprised we're learning this from a patch note and not the lore, but yeah, Kaid is fucking dead. So this one for Caveira is a bit weird, because basically what they've done is attackers can now prolong an interrogation, because instead of just interrogating you, Caveira like whispers in your ear and calls you a good boy and tells you everything's going to be okay and you're doing so well. But basically, if you as the attacker want to prolong this interrogation to give your teammates more time to save you and to basically just stop Caveira from fully completing it, you can, keep it going, you can resist it a little bit and make her keep talking for a little while longer, which is then going to give you that advantage, and it's basically your way of countering an interrogation. I think this is a pretty cool feature they have added, and yes, I am a good boy. So I was going to end the video there, but Ubisoft have actually updated this designer note even more with a new post on Twitter, and now there's some map changes as well apparently. So the first one is, on Cafe Dostoyevsky, the first floor now features a giant trampoline, allowing faster vertical play. I guess that means you could just like jump down from pillar and then like plant, and I don't know, that's really cool. We've never had a trampoline in Siege before, so that's an exciting thing. Yacht has finally sunk and has been removed from the game. That's fine. Is anyone going to miss it? I'm only kidding. I like you. I think it's unique. But yeah, sad to see it sunk, and just remember, Kaid is fucking dead. Hereford base has been replaced with an old Hereford base, what the fuck? But now there is a Greggs inside. So if you don't live in the UK, what Greggs is basically, it's this store which everyone has to go to at least once a week, or you'll no longer be allowed in the UK. So yeah, Greggs being in Hereford base makes a lot of sense. We have some operator ones, so players who reinforce a wall incorrectly will now hear a disappointed sigh from their operator. I wonder if this is like the same mechanics of like Caveira calling you a good boy and stuff like that. There's actually one about Caveira here. Caveira can now interrogate downed enemies to reveal their Wi-Fi password. Oh, sick, so you can like dox your enemy? That's awesome. They should add that. I mean, they are adding that. Sledge's hammer can now be dual wielded if the player chooses a secondary hammer instead of a primary weapon. That makes a lot of sense. That is the Sledge buff we have been waiting for. We've got some gameplay ones here as well. If it's after 2 AM and you are on a losing streak of 3 matches or more, the game will automatically close to avoid a crash out. Honestly, I think this has been targeted at me, which I think is fair enough. But yeah, this was definitely one of the most needed changes. I think we should be kicked off the game after 3 losses and just forced to go to bed or do something else productive with our lives. Yeah, that's a great change. And the final one here is opening either TikTok or Instagram Reels during drone phase negatively affects your reputation. So John Ubisoft may have like a connection with TikTok, maybe his dad owns it or something like that, or Instagram Reels, so they know which players are like on the phone at the time, and it affects your reputation. So if you're like not droning, you're sitting on TikTok, your reputation would then lower. And then, you know, if you are droning, you'll get a higher reputation. This makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of people, you know, gooning and watching, you know, this crap TikToks during the drone phase when you really need to be getting those drones there for your team and preparing for the round going forward. And then people complain that they've lost and, you know, they're not even droning. So absolutely great change. But yeah, this is a really beefy patch note. I'm really surprised that Ubisoft have done something this brave, especially before Siege X. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. I think Nook's Silent Step returning is definitely a good thing. I'm just so excited to see this change and make videos on this change, so I cannot urge enough. If you are playing and you see Nooks with their feet out, send me them on Discord, on Twitter, Instagram, anything, you know, email. Just, I need to see Nook's feet so I can make videos on how good Silent Step is. And I wonder if this change will come to any other operator. So if you want Silent Step and, you know, Ubisoft to remove the shoes of any other operator, comment right now what operator you want to see. This is such a stupid fucking video, bro. I'm gonna go do something productive with my day. Have a good one, and see you tomorrow on April 2nd.